Welcome back to another episode of Cinema Society Saturday. And I'm your host, Gus, from Askewed Reviews. Now, if you don't know what Cinema Society Saturday is, this is actually something where a group of us who love horror movies have come together, and each week we are randomly given a theme. We then partner up, give our partners a movie that fits within the theme, and then we review that film for you. Now, the theme for this week was Psychopaths. And my partner for this week was Abby from Ghost in the Stacks. And if you're not already following her, definitely go and do so. Let's see if we can get her up to 2,000 followers as quickly as possible. Now, the movie that Abby gave me to review for this week is The House That Jack Built. This is a 2018 film directed and co-written by Lars von Trier. Now, in case you haven't seen this movie before, let me tell you about the concept. We have our main character of Jack, who throughout the story is telling us about 5 different segments or instances that happen through a 12-year period. Now, we do quickly learn pretty much right away that he is, in fact, a psychopath. And throughout this journey, he is telling someone named Verge about all of these different incidents and kind of what they meant to him. Each of these stories seems to be involving one of multiple victims that Jack has had throughout the years. Now, aside from that, we also learn a bit more about Jack. For instance, he happens to be an engineer, but really wanted to be an architect. So, also over this 12-year period, we see that he wants to build his own home on a property that he owns. But each time that he starts to, he picks a different material, but keeps feeling like it's not the right material and keeps having it knocked down. So the movie does seem to deal a bit with good and evil, the full thought process of a complete psychopath, and of course the pure dumb luck of a completely violent individual. So first, here are some of the things that I liked about this movie. Number one, Matt Dillon does such an amazing job as Jack. He's highly believable as this psychopath. Number two, the actual vignettes or segments that are dealing with his violent behavior are absolutely fascinating. But now here's the parts of the movie that I wasn't a big fan of. Number one, as some of you may or may not know by now, I do not like art house horror. And that's exactly what this is. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes of art house horror. Now, if it had just been these violent, interesting, intriguing segments, I think it would have been fine and a lot shorter. But all of the in between, very artsy moments, that really did end up losing me quite a bit. Now, I'm not blaming Abby. I'm not saying you made a bad choice here because I'm sure there are quite a few people that probably do enjoy this movie. This one just wasn't one for me personally. So, at least for me on my scale, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Also, I do hope my partner doesn't feel bad about giving me this choice because, like I always say, if there's a movie that I haven't seen before, especially when it's a horror film, I like to have the ability to check it off my list because that way I never have to see it again. Now, if you'd like to check this film out for yourselves, it's currently streaming for free on Hulu, Tubi, Shudder, and AMC Plus. And if you've already seen this film, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Now, once again, I am going to mention that you should already be following Abby at Ghost in the Stacks. She has some really great content and reviews. You should definitely check those out. And another reason to check out her content is to keep an eye out for the movie that I gave her to review. And that was the 2006 film Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cinema Society Saturday. And if you'd like to see what everyone else in the group did for their reviews on their films, just look up the hashtag Cinema Society Saturday.